Hey, and what do we have here? The new T-Motor T5143 ultralight propeller. This propeller is pretty cool. It's got a lot of stuff good going for it. I do like it, but before I get into that, let's hear from my past self after I'd flown the very first pack. Alright, quick thoughts while it's still fresh on my mind. So they feel real wispy and light. Not that they don't grip, they grip great. My motors can spin them up, slow them down really fast because they're so light, but they still have plenty of grip. They seem to cruise at a couple amps more than the HQ 5x4.3s that I usually fly. The response is definitely different because they're so wispy and just light on the motors. Whenever you're going into a turn or you're trying to do a maneuver, the quad responds a lot crisper, maybe is the right word. So I was actually overcompensating some of my rolls and spins and flips and stuff, I felt like, compared to my other motors, just because the quad is actually a little more responsive. But I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. It's probably something I would get used to, but right off the bat it feels weird. Feels like it's almost jittery in a sense, like it's not as locked in, even though it's probably more locked in. It's just my flying that is making it, Anyway, first thoughts. So we'll put some more packs on it and see how it turns out. Now that I have flown several more packs through this, I've actually flown about 10 packs on these props. I've got to say they are really nice props. They grip really well and they have really good response. So I think the main key with this prop is the fact that your motor is able to spin up and spin down, or spool up and spool down effortlessly, because they are so streamlined and light. They say that they are 3.8 grams per prop, which seems super light, but then I went and weighed my typical V1S 5x4.3 HQ prop that I always fly, and they're 3.79, so actually 0.01 grams lighter. So I don't know what ultralight in this scenario means, but they do feel super responsive. The motors are able to handle them just fine, and the quad feels nice and crisp and locked in. There definitely is a different feel for these props versus my typical propellers that I use. It's hard to describe the difference between the feels of the props, so I'm going to recommend go buy yourself a set and try them out, see how you like them. I personally will not be switching to these props from my HQ's V1S props. The HQ V1S are tried and true. They fly fantastic. I've crashed them so hard that I've broken my quadcopter's frame before, and when I went to go get it, the propellers themselves were perfectly fine. It's unbelievable the amount of damage they can take and not malfunction midair and keep flying. The T-Motor prop, on the other hand, even a light tumble in the grass and you need to change that prop. It's going to bend, and once it bends, it leaves a permanent crease that you cannot bend out. Also, of the 8 props that I got of the T-Motor 5143s, 2 of them had bubbles in the hub of the actual propeller. You could look inside and see the bubble in the material. That's never a good thing. A, it potentially could make the prop out of balance, and B, it could potentially cause the prop to malfunction midair under high loads. It could actually just basically come apart midair. Now, I did not run into that issue with all the batteries I put on these propellers, and they did handle very nice, but the durability of them was low. You can fly them if they're fresh, but if you crash them, you're going to be switching. So anyway, because of that, I'm going to be sticking with the HQ props. They do feel different in the air. I don't really know if I would say they feel better, but they do feel different. So it's definitely worth your while to go try them out. Get a pair and see if you like them. Just watch out for that durability. Anyway, I hope you guys have fun flying.